back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. Hope we are in the best of health today. Today's topic is about doing good. Do you really think doing good really pays? Answer: I don't think so, because I have been doing good ever since I can remember. Back then I helped so many so-called nephews, nieces, and many so-called friends, but either of them remember any act of kindness I have done for them. I can remember one of my nephew, to be specific. He went broke and came to me to lend him some cash to renew his passport to travel to Canada on the farm work program at the Get a Bus, which I lent him. He got through, went away. Instead of repaying me back, he haven't spoken to me ever since that day. But I'm still living and trusting in God. He told me when my trusting in God. He told me when mother and father forsake me, he will take me up. People, some family members are really not so cool. They would walk and seek help to bring you down. The more they plan, the more they fail. But I can see why they are also envious and jealous. When everybody was living in board house, everything was nice. Holidays wouldn't miss nobody. Was fun time. But yet still, aunties would have their favorite nephews and nieces. Mine were definitely not the favorite from a long time, until everyone started building concrete houses. Everything changed. Now, as to who has the best house, something simple as material things split the family, but to God be the glory. I'm not the worst. I'm still pressing on. I've never traveled overseas. I've never traveled on a plane. But guess what happened? I'm not living worse than nobody. So, guys, if this one touch you, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you again. Yes, guys. So it doesn't end right there, because I have another set of nieces and nephews who are very, very ungrateful. I would say it loud and clear. They are very ungrateful, and that ungrateful spelled with pure capital letters. Reason being, while my brother was away, those nieces and nephews were all by themselves because their mother ran away, leave them. So unfortunately, the bigger sister have to act like the mother for them. So the biggest brother now, while going to high school, he achieved scholarship. So he would told his dad that he does not want his sister to go to the school and collect scholarship money because the bigger sister was using their money to take care of her boyfriend. So he asked me to go by the school and pick up the check for him. I did not hesitate because it was for education purpose and he was a brilliant boy. So I took it on myself. Every month I went to the bursar's office to collect his scholarship check. I would change it in the Scotia Bank. I would go to the shopping mall. When it's back to school time, their father would send the money come for me to do their back to school shopping. I would buy their school bags, their uniforms, their books, everything that needed back to school. And guys, ever since that little boy was on the scholarship at that high school, I go and collect every single check for that little young man. And he has never looked at me and said, Auntie, I thank you so much for doing what you have done for me. Instead of saying thank you, they team up, all six of them, because it's three girls and three boys. All six of them team up on me because they said that I'm the one who killed their daddy. Remember, I'm living in Jamaica. Their father was living in Canada. He was murdered by thugs in Canada. I have no links in Canada. I've never been to Canada before. So I don't know which plane or which boat I did ride on to go over there and kill my loving brother. And because of that, it tears us apart. I have no reason to deal with those kids because they are very ungrateful. Stuff I did for them, no other auntie would have done it for them. Trust me, they are very ungrateful, but time will tell. The sisters are just the same as the brothers. I've done things to them, it doesn't recognize it. So for peace sake, I leave them at the altar. I don't think that I'm sin to put them aside because the Bible said if your right hand offend you, cut it off. It doesn't mean this right hand. It means family member, close friends. So if any one of them offend you, cut them off, leave them right where they are because they don't remember kindness, they don't remember what you have done for them. So you gotta leave those people, let their conscience guide them, and let their conscience be their guide. Guys, I'm not running into nobody. I'm right here. If they find the time and space to forgive themselves and come to me and apologize as an aunt and said, Auntie, we are sorry, then so be it. But I'm not looking any friend because I already grew up my children and myself not to socialize with people anymore because people are more dangerous than the venom of the snake. Trust me on that. And these people are called relatives. So when I'm speaking from experience. And I don't think I can find a place in my heart to speak back with any of them because of all the accusation. The community might know the truth, but because they walk on pulling everybody to drag me under the bus, which they did. They did drag me under the bus. But thanks be to God, I am not worse than them. I'm not living worse than them. I'm still not living in a hut. I'm living in a proper house. So they don't have nothing over me. And this is my last word to them. They better go and repent and remember where you are coming from. It's not where you have reached in life. Always remember where you are coming from. Remember the people who were there for you when you couldn't have done it on your own. Please stay tuned for more. Guys, it didn't end just like that. It so happened that the same nephew that I loaned the money to, he got this girl pregnant. Yeah. I'm putting every little thing in it, guys, because sometimes people look at me and say I'm the bad person, but guess what? I'm not the bad person. He got the little girl pregnant. At that time, she was underage, and it reaches the point where she went in labor. He did not call his mother. He called me first thing in the morning. It was about 4:30 a.m. He called me and I went. I asked the girl how was she feeling. She said her belly was hurting. I said, it hurting or it pain? You want to go to the hospital? She said, yes. I said, okay, pack your things and go. I turned to my nephew and I said, did you say anything to your mother? He said, no. I said, well, go and tell her because this is a serious situation now. He went and told his mother. His mother came over and she asked me if I could accompany her to the hospital. Taking me for the fool now because she's underage. So yeah, I'm the one that they are trying to set up to bring her to the hospital. Well, with a good heart, I got ready and I went with her to the hospital. While on the way to the hospital, she was screaming in a lot of pain. We reached to the hospital. My nephew was coming out of the car to go into the hospital with her. I said to him, do not go into the hospital because this is a minor. You might go in there and they hold on to you. So stay in the taxi. And guys, he listened to me. He stayed in the taxi. We went around the labor room and the little girl was in a serious condition because she was a sickle seller and she was too young to push the child. So they asked for a parental guide to sign the form for her to do a C-section. I said, I can't do it. A nurse called me over to her desk and she said, Mommy, you got to sign the form. I said, Mommy, I'm not her mommy. She said, yes. She told me that you are her mommy and she lives with you. I said, no. I have one 15-year-old who is living with me and she's very much at home, not pregnant. I said she need to call her mother. She said she cannot call her mother. So I said to her, give me the number. Let me call your mother because you have to get someone to sign the documents for the baby to come out. She gave me the mother number. The mother said to me on the phone, she's all the way in Trelawney. She cannot come. Wherever she catches her cold, that's where she should blow her nose. I turned to the nurse and I said, Nurse, her mother said she cannot come. I'm not the mother, I'm just a neighbor, so I will leave it alone. I left and I came home. When I reached home, my phone rang. It wasn't the nurse this time, it was the doctor. The doctor said it's an emergency case. They need me to come and sign the documents for them to do the C-section on that little girl. And guys, let me tell you something. I've been through hell with that good that I have done. The little boy, when they took the little boy from her, he also has sickle cell. But anyway, they were planning on giving me the child to carry home. I said, no, I don't want to carry home that child. This mother have relatives who can accommodate the child. And I came home and it was a lot of mix up at that time. You know, I don't want to get into that details, but it was law thing. It was law thing. People could get locked up and all those stuff. All those stuff. So I rather leave it at that. But they get discharged from the hospital and they came to the young man's house, which they shouldn't have done. And they were living there. They were there. I visited her and, stuff like that. And yeah, to my surprise, the little boy was growing up so nicely. Whenever time he sees me, he would say, good morning, auntie, good afternoon, auntie, and stuff like that. Sometimes they would allow him to come over and play with the other kids in the yard. Then all of a sudden, he stopped visit. He stopped saying good morning. was saying, what's going on? To my knowledge, the little boy told one of my grandson that his father told him about the good that I have done to save his life and his mother's life. But his grandmother, who is the wicked stepmother or the wicked grandmother, forced him not to say good morning to me. So, guys, let me tell you something. I'm going through living hell with these so called people. And you know what worries me the most? I'm surrounded by them. They are living left, right, and center because we are all living on a family land. But trust me, guys, if I could get the chance to get a parcel of land separate from this community, I would pack my things and I would leave without turning back even the black of my eyes. Old time people said, King do not have any honor in his country. And I come to realization and I believe that because the good that I have done in this community, nobody recognizes it. Even the little baby boy, his grandmother told him not to tell me any good morning when he sees me. So, guys, I think I'm done with those wicked people. And I don't think I need a pastor, a missionary, or nobody to come and speak with me and say, give them a second chance. I wash my hands out of them. I am finished, done, through the door. Those people are evilest people. And the truth to be told, I am sorry, extremely sorry that I am a part of that family. Thank you.